Hey everybody, T.O. from Art Geek Teaching. Today we're going to find out if we can reuse a dried out water decal coming up. Okay, so this is the decal that I put onto a textured surface, and as you can see, this is a definite fail. So I'm going to see how easy this comes off. It looks like it just peels right off of there. All right, this thing comes off in one sheet. What happens if we try to reuse that sheet? Let's put it in water and find out. Okay, we'll see what happens. Get some water in here. My guess is once we get it in there, it's just going to curl up like crazy. We won't even be able to do anything, but we'll see. And I don't know if there's a front and a back. Just have a little piece of scrap paper. And I don't know if there's like an adhesive of some sort that is already gone on this. It doesn't feel slimy, I guess, for lack of a better word, like it normally does when you first put them in the water. So, we'll see. All right, I'm gonna dip this in too, since I didn't bring my spray bottle. This is just watercolor paper. I'm gonna get it wet. Doesn't have to be totally wet. See if it adheres. Huh. We've got it on here. Whoops. It rips. It's a little more fragile than it was before. All right, we're just going to see if this dries on here or not. All right. Looks like it's sticking. I'm going to go ahead and rip this off. Sure that's down. Interesting. All right, we'll see if that sticks. Come back when it dries. Okay, so this is dried up, and what's interesting is some of it stuck and some of it didn't. You can see there's air under there, and so the edges are stuck down now. So I thought, well, what would happen? I mean, it's really not usable like it is, but what would happen if we just put a coat of matte medium on it, right? Then we'll dry that up and see if it's usable that way. I'm not sure. You know, again, we're just trying to figure out. We wasted it. All right, we're just going to let this dry up and see what we have. Okay, so our matte medium is dried up, and you can see it hadn't really changed much of anything. So you can see that it looks like there's a film on here, which that's exactly what it is, it looks like. So I'm curious, like if I can get it off of there, you know, if I can lift it or rub it and have it come off. Yeah? And how much of it would come off. So some of it does. The places where there's bubbles, it comes off. You can get it off anyway. But it doesn't all. I mean, some of it actually adhered. And so that tells me If this were on a, on a cradle board, instead of a floppy piece of paper, I could have re-adhered it and it would be fine. Yeah, same thing. So it does get stuck pretty good in some areas, just not where there's those bubbles, obviously. So it's definitely interesting, and you could then actually re-stick that I took off if I were to use something. Oh, actually, I can get the whole thing off like that. This part's really stuck down. So anyway, there you have it. I would say you really cannot re-stick that. I do think it would have a different result if it were on a cradle board or something, because this is pretty solid. This would be hard to get off. It would bring the paper with it. So I believe if it were something that were smooth and hard, not flexible, you could probably re-stick your decals. But if it's not, this is definitely a no-go. All right, so thank you for joining me for these tests. Have a good day.